Should be doing homework.
One. Hello and welcome to This Week in Geek for the week of September 8th, 2014. I am your host, Eric Lucas, as always, joined by Rachel Dick and Giovanni Estrada. And we're here to break down the week's geeky, nerdy, awesome news for you, as we do every week. If you're new to the show, then welcome. We're glad to have you. We basically just go through the week's news, catch you up, and we give you our little fun, snarky, and really angry, nerdy opinions on it in most cases, I think. So with that being said, let's get right into it. First thing on the list we had, Mr. Dwayne Johnson, The Rock himself, is set to finally play Black Adam in Shazam, as opposed to Shazam, as was rumored before. Reaction.
I don't know. He didn't feel like a Shazam to me.
Yeah. What about Black Adam?
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah. Definitely. Except, he is a big talent. Who knows how many times they could actually use him. Like, are they going to just kill him off or right at the get-go, defeat the enemy? Because they do have the Rock tie behind it. So I think
Is he going to be in the Batman vs. Superman at all? Is
Nah.
Shazam going to be in Batman vs. Superman?
Who knows, man?
So this is basically either a Justice League character or Shazam movie character. I don't feel like Shazam could get... Well, maybe if they do it right. You think Shazam could pull his own movie, like do his own movie?
I think so. I think that's what they're trying to go.
They'll do that before an Aquaman
or
movie,
a Wonder
Woman
Woman
movie,
yeah.
or...
I think they could do it.
I don't know.
It's a risky... It's risky, but,
It's risky. It is a little risky.
Yeah.
Okay, well, good. Okay, second on the docket here. Have either of you guys ever seen the anime Ghost in a Shell?
Yes.
Aha.
It's been such a long time since I watched the movies.
Yeah.
I watched them like on Toonami when I was a kid.
Yeah,
but
they were great. It's some great old.
yeah, I mean,
old
there's
school
movies,
anime.
there's standalone complex, there's a whole new there's like a whole bunch of new movies and OVA series. So it's like the franchise has been going strong since the movies came out.
Yeah. Margot Robbie in talks for the movie.
Playing the whitely named character Makoto Kusanagi.
Kusanagi.
It's like, I don't know, the thing about American anime adaptations, especially it's like with this or like Akira, is it's like these stories are so seeped in that culture, and taking them out of that and Americanizing them just kind of turn them into generic sci-fi movies, like how Akira is a statement on like the post-nuclear state of Japan.
Akira was a great movie.
And it's a fantastic movie, but like the plan of setting it in Chicago or something like that, and with white characters, it completely removes the social commentary from it, and then that's kind of how I feel about doing an American Ghost in the Shell too.
Has there been what is the most recent, or let's not say recent, what's the most famous live adaptation of an anime? Has there been any?
There haven't been.
I mean, recently, Edge of Tomorrow.
Edge of Tomorrow
Edge
is
of Tomorrow was amazing.
Yeah, Edge of Tomorrow was a light novel adaptation.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like that wasn't an anime, right?
No, it was not an
manga,
anime.
right?
It's just the
Okay.
light
Yeah.
novel.
So
But then there was
any
Dragon Ball Evolution with Justin
okay,
Chatwin.
well,
Are we
would consider
talking
that
Western
successful?
audience?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Because
Yeah. 'Cause there's-
Akira, that was...
Death Note has been Death Note was adapted into a
Live
live-action
action
movie.
Was it really?
Yeah, in Japan.
Oh, in Japan.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's like they've done.
Akira Initial D.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
Japanese studios
How about
adapting.
westernized? Any
Okay,
westernized good
westernized.
ones?
No,
I don't think there has been, right?
No.
Mortal Kombat. Well, I know that
that's
was
like
a video game.
that's like,
Yeah.
but that's just a miniseries.
guess
In terms
Dragon
of like
Ball.
major Hollywood movies,
Dragon
the
Ball is
last
not
one.
successful. That's what I mean. That's
Yeah.
what it was
There's
horrible.
never been
Both
a
of them.
successful
Didn't they
one.
make two of them? They made two of the Dragon Ball movies, right?
No, they didn't.
No, there was
They
just
just
one.
made the one.
Just
Yeah, it's
Dragon
just
Ball
Dragon
Evolution.
Ball.
Yeah, but it's never been that successful.
Huh.
But I also, I don't know, I would rather not have an adaptation at all than have like a generic Americanized version of the story.
Well, if anything comes close to like Western adaptation of anime, I would say Sucker Punch was pretty
Or
damn
Pacific
close.
Rim.
Or Pacific Rim, yeah.
So
I mean,
Pacific Rim was.
Pacific Rim is an adaptation of an anime that doesn't exist yet.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it's an adaptation, and it's Guillermo del Toro taking inspiration from.
They actually made a
mechas.
manga based on the movie.
Yeah, and they're going to be
Not
doing
very
an animated series animated by a Japanese
That's really
studio.
good.
Yeah.
All right. Zero Dark 30-star Jessica Chastain is in talks to take on the lead female role opposite Matt Damon in Ridley Scott's new sci-fi film, The Martian. You guys heard about The Martian?
Vaguely.
Yes.
You want the brief description?
Yeah.
Okay. So, from the book. 6 days ago, astronaut Mark Watney became one of the first people to walk on Mars. Now he's sure he'll be the first person to die there. After a dust storm nearly kills him and forces his crew to evacuate while thinking him dead, Mark finds himself stranded and completely alone with no way to even signal Earth that he's alive. And even if he could get his word out, his supplies would be gone long before a rescue could arrive. There's more to it, but that's the basic synopsis.
They're aliens?
Yeah.
There are?
Oh, are there aliens? No, I don't think so. No, this is just a
Like a gravity
survival
kind
in
of thing?
space kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
God, Ridley Scott, he's got so much on his plate
I
right
know.
now.
I feel like it's going to kill him.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
kind of ridiculous.
And
I
he's
mean,
supposedly doing Prometheus too, right?
yeah, Prometheus
Blade
and
Runner
Blade
2.
Runner.
That's right.
He's got so much on his plate, and like,
Hey, can you put Blade Runner on the back? Let's just give that one some time. I mean, you don't need to rush that. Don't kill my childhood. It was such a good movie. It's like one of my first gritty movies I ever saw growing up.
trying to see like his director.
You guys like Jessica Chastain?
I do.
Okay. Well, that's all the casting news we have for movies this week. It's been a light week. Let's go into the production notes here. So at the top of the list, I put usually the bigger stuff we like to talk about, like the comic book movies. So let's start with. We're gonna
Shadow
move on.
of Colossus.
There was a story earlier this week. We'll just mention it that the Warner Brothers domain names had been registered. That we thought they were their new DC plans, but turns out they were registered
Old.
since
They're just
1999.
yeah.
So they were
they're
just
old.
basically securing those names, making sure that no one takes them for their future
Yeah.
properties. Yes.
Seriously, trying to sell it to them.
All right, I put this in here because I love this game, and I know you love this game, Rachel. and
I
you
love this
I
game.
have never
Uh,
played this
Oh,
game.
No.
Rachel does not?
No.
You
I
It's
have
Gio.
played this
Okay,
game.
so
I'm-
Gio loves
oh,
this game. So
God.
Shadow of the Colossus is a classic PlayStation
Oh.
game that is.
I
coming-
just read the first sentence. I didn't get to read this part.
Oh, well, we're live.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Shadow of the Colossus is going to be made into a live-action movie. And your thoughts, Gio? since you just
It's
jumped
awesome,
off
man.
the
Well,
screen.
Guillermo del Toro is probably going to be attached to it. He's
Right.
probably going to be producer, so I'm super excited about that. And that's what I read. So
yeah, the director of Mama.
Yeah, Mama,
Uh-huh.
which was a short film
Yes.
that
I never
got
saw
turned
it.
into a large
Was it
motion
good?
picture. It was okay. The short film was pretty good. The film Mama was okay. It had a lot of beautiful shots in it, so I'm very
Well,
excited
this was
about
a
that.
beautiful game, and
Yeah.
I hope they do it justice.
Yeah, I hope so too. The Shadow of Colossus game is one of my favorite games,
Yeah.
and it's because there's no filler. It's just you
Mhm.
go from place to place hunting these giant colossi, and
Right.
there's you really get a grasp of like the scope of their size that they are when you're climbing
Oh, yeah.
up.
Because you're actually climbing on them.
Yeah, it's kind
it was
of
a great, It was great.
amazing.
It was a groundbreaking game.
Yeah.
It was really good.
And
Is it a
re-
PS2 game?
It was a PS2
PS2.
game, and it got re-released for PS3.
Right,
got
it got
remastered.
remastered.
All right,
yeah,
I gotta check it out.
Yeah, it's really
it's
good.
amazing.
All right, Stan Lee confirms that the Black Panther movie plans are happening, and James Gunn is in talks to do Guardians 2, even though Guardians 2 has already been announced.
He's in talks. What does that
In
mean?
It means Guardians
Probably
of the Galaxy
negotiating
2
a salary
is
based
gonna
on
be.
Guess what my movie just did for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
You're
I mean,
gonna be paying me a lot more.
yeah, because I mean, he did make the announcement himself. He made the
This was at
announcement.
Dragon Con. I've always wanted to go to Dragon Con.
Yeah, he
I'm
made
sorry.
the announcement
Just a little
himself.
aside.
And I mean, the way he's, I mean, they're just talking it up, I guess. Yeah, more money.
He also put the kibosh on things that like Captain Marvel will appear in Guardians of the Galaxy 2. He's putting the focus on Star-Lord, which I guess is great. I think Nova might make an appearance in Guardians. It has to, right?
Wait, did we talk about the fact that Marvel Studios now owns the rights to, what is it, the Fantastic Four again?
No. When did this happen?
It was a few weeks ago.
Oh, I guess we weren't on the air yet. Remember I said we weren't going to cover any news?
Oh yeah, we didn't cover any of the summer news.
Yeah.
But yeah, that aside,
So basically,
it's either
after
I think
this-
it's either the Fantastic Four or the X-Men. I think it's the Fantastic.
So are they putting this new movie on hold then, based on this new evidence?
I don't know what
Or
they're
is
gonna do.
Fox
I don't know
just-
what they're gonna do.
They can't, right? It's already kind of
What?
filming.
They've already started filming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like they're not
So
gonna put
this
anything
is-
on hold. But just
That's
as an
good.
aside, Marvel Studios
Good.
now. I can't remember who they bought the rights.
I don't know
from.
what that
or if
means
it's-
for all these new actors that are going to be at this kind of,
Yeah.
you know? That's interesting. Did not know that.
What was it?
Down to Iron Man.
Okay. Anyway, so Black Panther is not confirmed, but Stan Lee kind of hinted at it.
Okay.
You like Black Panther? Anybody ever read? Not he.
I liked him in the Marvel animated movies.
Right,
The Avengers
yeah,
2.
that's kinda cool.
It was really good.
He wasn't really one of my favorite. I'm not,
Mhm.
one of my favorite comic book characters growing up reading the comics, but
Right.
he had a cool backstory.
Yeah.
Son of a Nubian prince. Right?
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of Marvel, all you Robert Downey Jr. fans out there, he has pretty much. He was asked again because I think he gets asked pretty much every time now. He says there's no plans for Iron Man 4. No plans. Now, no plans in hyperbole in PR speak just means that nothing. They haven't given me a number yet. I think, in my opinion. We talked about this last week. Robert Downey Jr. I think has embraced Iron Man and that he is Iron Man.
But I kind of feel like at this point, they're moving away from these. We've already had. I mean, there's already been 3 movies establishing Iron Man as his own character. I
Yep.
feel like at this point, it's time to move on to a new generation, like a new set of heroes. Give them their own origin stories.
Mhm.
And I think that's what they're trying
That's
to do.
what they're going to do with
Guardians.
Avengers too.
I mean, we
Yeah.
don't need another Iron Man movie.
No.
There doesn't need to be another movie of just Tony Stark
No.
If
when you
he-
can do a Black Panther movie.
If he
or-
dies in Avengers 2, or in Avengers 3, then yeah, you're right. He doesn't.
He will. I don't think he'll die in Avengers 3. If they do, maybe they'll put him on the back pedal and be like, "Oh, he just owns
They've
Stark
already ca-
Industry and funds
Yeah.
funds the Avengers. That's it."
He's gonna go make an app,
Yeah.
like he does in the new comic coming out. I don't think we'll talk about that, but
Yeah.
that was another summer news story where God, I guess we got to kind of mention it since we're on Marvel. There's gonna be a Lady Thor. We
Well,
didn't
yeah.
get a chance to talk about this. Yeah.
I keep forgetting we didn't get a chance
No,
to talk about this
there's
stuff.
gonna be a Lady Thor. So I think this ties in perfectly with the fact that Chris Hemsworth's contract is up after Thor 3.
But do you actually think they would?
Yes, I do. I'm one of those conspiracy theorists who thinks that they're so closely tied in with the studios and the comic books that this is a good thing for them, saying that all of these actors' contracts expire this year. Captain America, he's now the Falcon. So
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like we talked about last week, it's much more likely that
Go
that
ahead.
Bucky is going to become the Winter Soldier as opposed
Right.
to Sam,
Yeah.
because Sebastian Stan still has what 6 more movies in
Right.
his contract.
But
Chris
I think
Evans.
this would be a good time for. I mean, Marvel keeps putting off the Black Widow movie. I
Yeah,
don't know
they
why.
need- They need
Maybe
change.
ScarJo. I don't know why, but
ScarJo wants to do it. There's directors that want to do it.
right. I just think that a Lady Thor movie might be, the way to. I don't know. It might be. It could be a way to give. Sorry. Could be a way to give a more dominant. I don't want to say dominant. More strong female presence in the Marvel universe.
Yeah, I mean, because it really does kind of lack.
It does.
It does. Black Widow.
I think that's why they did it in the comics.
Yeah.
They were trying to reach that new audience. I think it'll work.
Yeah.
What was the other one? Oh yeah, and then the whole reason I brought this up is because Tony Stark, he's going to be written into moving to Silicon Valley and creating an app. That's his new storyline in the new Marvel universe. So maybe that's what he'll do in the movies too. All right. Oh hey, I'm wearing a How to Train Your Dragon shirt today. Kind of cool little artsy shirt. How to Train Your Dragon 3 has been delayed by a year. Got pushed to the back burner by DreamWorks. So anybody who is hoping to see that is going to be sad.
I still feel no matter how long they push it, they could still bring in a lot of money from that franchise.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't the sequel kind of underperform though?
No.
Mm,
No, I think it opened up at. I don't know. You want to check?
I mean, it
the-
underperformed. I mean, it didn't underperform as far as animated movies go, but kind of it undercut the expectations.
Maybe, but I thought it was great. Did you see it?
I haven't seen either of them. I have no doubt that it's great because I know they're supposed to be
I
great.
haven't seen this.
The second one's great. The second one, dare I say, was almost. It was kind of a tearjerker in some. I mean, without giving away spoilers, it evoked some real human emotion in it. And they did a really good job of portraying that on the screen.
Yeah, I guess Rachel was right. It did underperform.
What was it expected to make, and what did it make?
Let's see. Yeah, this is gonna take forever to read.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
we're not going to get the
Yeah.
we're not going to get the specifics, but
Mhm, yeah.
it performed underneath projections.
Yeah.
Okay. Dak Shepard developing a Chips movie for Warner Brothers.
Okay.
Do I have to read any more
No.
than that?
Nope.
No,
That's
we're good.
okay. Let's move on.
Didn't know he was still relevant. I think he's trying to make it.
I didn't know it was still relevant either. I
Yeah.
I barely know what Chips was. Who's gonna? All right, sorry. And Quentin Tarantino's The Hateful Eight, which he got really pissed off that it got leaked, so he decided not to do it. And then a teaser trailer was released a couple weeks ago for it, and so now it's gonna start filming in January.
I'm honestly actually surprised because usually I have zero faith in a Quentin Tarantino project
Yeah.
until it actually starts shooting.
Yeah.
Because
So you thought once he said it was dead, he wasn't gonna do it.
basically, or that it was going to be something that he talked about and that eventually got reformatted into something else.
Looks like a great.
Yeah,
movie.
I'm like.
Did you see the teaser trailer for it?
I did, and it's okay. As excited I am for every Quentin Tarantino is like basically my idol. Like I can like not understate how much Quentin Tarantino has like impacted everything that I've learned to like since I was like 14.
Dang.
But I would much rather see the promised Kill Bill Volume 3. That 10
the one that's supposed to- that
10
when-
years
when the
ago.
daughter
10 years
comes
ago, the
back for
daughter,
revenge
yeah.
on-
That 10 years ago he said what he was going to make,
on
and
Copperhead's daughter.
yeah,
Revenge,
and that 10 years ago he said he would make it. It would be 10 years later.
He's got more. Yeah, I don't know. He's another one of those guys that has a lot of irons in the fire.
Yeah. Did the script get leaked for
The
The
Hateful
Hateful
Eight?
Eight?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
That's the whole reason this all went down, because he said
He was so pissed
He was
because
pissed.
it was like because the only people that had the
'Cause
script
he's-
were people that he trusted.
So that's why he was pissed.
I remember
Okay.
the rumors.
And he's a true storyteller where he doesn't like his secrets to be.
Did anyone read it at all?
I did
No.
not. I did.
don't want to.
I did
I
read.
usually don't.
I did read the Inglorious Bastard script when it was.
Okay, I wonder how close it is to like the Wild Bunch and stuff, because that's
It
kind
might
of what.
be. Did you see the teaser trailer?
No, I didn't.
It's okay. Well,
Yeah, I'll go check it out because I really like the Wild Bunch, and if anyone has seen the Wild Bunch before, it's a Western film, really
All
bloody.
right. Anybody a Neil Gaiman fan here?
Yes.
I am.
Yeah.
His version of Hansel and Gretel is going to be made into a movie.
That's cool.
So soon after
Yeah.
After a few
last-
other ones, yeah.
Well.
the last
Which I think they're actually doing a sequel for that Hansel and Gretel movie.
the Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters.
Yeah.
Steven Spielberg and Oprah Winfrey are going to produce the 100. Oh, they did the 100 for Journey. I think they're tied to it though. That's what they're saying.
Okay.
So this is going to be a more faithful. If Steven Spielberg and Oprah Winfrey are tied to it, then it's.
Have you read-
Oh no! They have nothing to do with
No,
this.
they worked with Juliet Blake who picked it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
The,
It's the
have you
scene
read the
that's-
book?
No, that's one.
I haven't either.
passed there.
I'm gonna have to pick it up now.
All right.
Obviously, Sandman's kind of one of my favorite things of all
God,
time
yes,
ever. Just I won't even
Sandman's
say
amazing.
book, just things
Yeah.
like things that I have in my personal cache of things.
Sandman's awesome.
If I could take a couple things with me to a desert island.
Sandman's one of them.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's really good.
really good.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's talk about this next thing. 'cause
Yeah,
it
let's
got
talk
me
about
really
this.
excited before the show.
Okay, we'll leave that to end. Let me skip down and go to the last one, then we'll talk about that next. So before we get to that, we have a release date for Terminator sequels, if anyone cares. I guess I'll just say them without any commentary, or do you want commentary?
It's gonna make money.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Did we talk? Were we around, or did this break during the summer where they broke that really horrible name for it?
Or what is it?
It
like
was during
Genesis.
Genesis.
But
yeah.
spelled weird.
we were.
Which
I
is the
think
name
we,
of the. We were doing it.
Yeah.
Genesis Systems, like it's like the name of the.
Like the whatever.
No, I don't remember what.
Yeah.
I don't care. I love the term. Okay, I love the first two movies and the series and the TV series. Everything after that, I don't care about.
Is this? You guys do know this is a reboot, right?
Yeah,
Terminator
they're
Genesis
starting
is Terminator 1.
Yeah.
And then we have Terminator 2 reboot,
Yeah.
2017, May 19, 2017, and a Terminator 3 reboot, June 29, 2018.
Give me my show back.
You're not getting your Sarah Connor
Yeah.
product back.
I don't
You
care.
can beat the desk
Yeah.
all
It's
you
been
want.
like-
It's not happening.
It's been like what, like 6 years? I don't care. I'll complain about it forever.
Summer Glau is not coming back. So even though as much
Nope.
as I would like her to, she's not coming back.
No.
All right. Finally, now I got Rachel nice and hot and heated over here. We got last bit of news before we move on. Carl Urban says a Dread sequel is happening and will actually be a prequel.
Which is, I thought I had like resigned myself to the fact that they were never going to make another one of these Dredd movies because the first one underperformed, but apparently I was wrong and it's happening.
It picked up the cult following.
Yeah, because
It
nobody thought it was going to be good.
I know.
And then you had people like me that saw it and told everybody they knew.
Evangelized it.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
was
did too.
so.
And it really helps. I can't overstate this enough. It really helps when a movie goes to Netflix
Oh, it does.
right
Yes.
away.
Yeah.
And some people think that's the curse of death. Like, oh, Netflix got it 2 months after it was out. No. When it goes to streaming, you get so many more of
Netflix
those
has been
people
really on top
that
of
don't
movies.
even go to movies, that will wait. And it picked up the following, I think,
Yep.
there. And it's besides the fact that it's great. So, anyways, awesome.
I'm excited. I don't mind that it's a prequel, not a sequel.
Yeah, we
I
get to
would
see
have
some
liked to
origin
follow.
stories,
I
right?
would have liked it to be about. I would
The
have
new
liked a
girl?
sequel about
The
Olivia
new girl?
Thirlby's character.
Yeah.
But more Dredd is always good if it retains the same creative team.
All right, let's move on to some casting news in the TV realm, TV and streaming realm. First up, we just got two little things this week. Arrow finally finds its Ra's al Ghul, and if you're an Arrow fan like I am, you've been wondering all this time they keep showing his back or his shadow, or in the teasers, you see kind of his head. That's about it. So we actually have who it is. It's not Liam Neeson. So
Who apparently was down to do it.
he was down to do it, which
It just doesn't work. It
I
doesn't
know,
work.
it's a
not
different
the
universe,
Yes.
yeah. It's Matt Nable. He's a rugby player who became an actor, and he starred in films such as Riddick and Killer Elite. I didn't see Killer Elite, but I would like to figure out who he was. Oh, there he is. Is that him and Riddick right there in the picture we have?
Possibly. I can't remember Riddick. It wasn't very
I think that's in Killer Elite. That's in Killer Elite.
Okay.
I liked Riddick.
Keep going. Continue.
Huh? It is from Riddick?
Yeah.
Okay, then that's from Riddick.
Yeah.
Very good.
There you go.
Thank you, producer Jeff. I guess I should have opinion. I don't know. He looks all right. I guess if he's white again.
He's
I mean, there's been different. There's been different versions in the comics of who Ra's al Ghul
Yeah.
is. Sometimes
Isn't
he's
that kind
Asian,
of
sometimes
the
he's
point?
white. No, there always was. Well, yeah, kind of. But there always was that main one Ra's al
Yeah,
Ghul,
there's
who's
always, like,
his
the-
daughter, married or not married, but was betrothed to Batman. They had a son, and all this stuff. So.
Yeah.
Who had
See,
that?
most of I haven't read. I don't follow Batman trades,
Mm.
but they did do them pretty faithfully in the game in Arkham City.
They did.
God,
they
yeah,
did.
they were amazing.
Arkham City was great. That one scene where you go into your trippy world. When
That
you're
was the coolest
Lazarus
part.
Yeah, that was the cool part. Where you're fighting the huge scarecrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. True Detective. Did you guys watch it at all? I feel like I'm still the only one who watched True Detective.
no.
No.
You guys gotta go watch True Detective.
Is there aliens?
No, there's no
there's no
aliens.
aliens.
It's about this. So True Detective is basically what
Don't
it started
spoil
out
it.
was they take a trope. So this one is about the occult,
Mhm.
and they put it in a really weird setting like the Deep South, Louisiana.
Yeah.
So it's a Southern Gothic, but a modern Southern Gothic.
Really good. And anyways, it's on HBO right now, or HBO. It's on HBO Go. You can watch it if you want to. Anyways, True Detective season 2 coming out 2015. Justin Lin is in talks to direct a couple of the episodes.
Has any of the casting been finalized?
No, I don't think so.
No, but there's
There-
going to be a
there's
lot. There
of
were only
talks.
2 big characters in the last one, which was Matthew McConaughey and
Woody
Harrelson. This one's supposed to have 4, and one of them's supposed to be a woman. So we'll see what it is. And I think
it's only 6 episodes.
it's supposed to be based in San Francisco or mid California. It's in California somewhere. So anyways.
Well, I'm a big fan of Lin.
Justin
so,
Lin.
Yeah.
That's why I was kind of excited to see it.
Yeah.
I'd be very interested to see what his take on the whole genre is going to be. Okay, moving on to production. Put Marvel at the top again. So Marvel's Netflix shows, as we remember, are Daredevil, Power Man. Yeah. Anyway, a couple of them.
Yeah.
So there's a report out that they won't be afraid to go darker, which is always a good thing.
Darker than the movies?
I guess.
Well, the movies weren't that dark.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So
Maybe
they're
maybe they
gonna.
want to use these as to see if they can get a little DC kind of what they're doing into
Yeah,
their movies,
maybe.
into their TV streaming episodes.
Well, movies would only be the.
So
Dark
these are
Knight.
going to be. I'm reading. It says Netflix shows are gritty and adult, which is exactly how Sarandos describes the new Marvel shows. So
Which
they're
makes
going to be in the vein of House of Cards and Orange Is the New
Good,
Black.
which fits into the Daredevil world.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how it fits into the Power Man / whatever his Luke Cage.
Yeah, it's Luke Cage.
Which is Power Man. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. Who are the other ones? Does it say on there?
Does it say
My
all the
link's not loading.
series?
No.
So it's Daredevil. It's basically it's mostly just about Daredevil.
Yeah.
There's 4 of them. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. I enjoy Netflix.
Well, it's
original
Luke
series.
Cage, Jessica Jones, and Iron Fist, and then the Defenders.
Iron Fist was
Yeah.
that other one. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right, Walking Dead season 5. I don't think we've talked about it all yet, and it's coming up on us like a freight train. here.
October 12th.
Yeah, it's a month away.
Yeah.
You guys
October
ready?
12th.
You
I'm
guys ready
excited.
to get back into this?
I'm
No.
excited.
To have our whole show just consumed by
think-
Walking Dead?
I don't think
talk again?
Rachel likes
I
Walking
don't
Dead.
care.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
I don't care. I haven't cared for like 3 years.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I'm super excited for it.
All right, so we have some art, and it hints at the story ahead. So we see Rick there with his sweet beard, holding his trusty
His gun
revolver.
bag. He's
Yep.
got his gun bag.
Got his trusty revolver.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. Here's some of the commentary. First of all, most obviously, Rick has escaped from the A car at Terminus. You can tell because he isn't locked in the train car. Second of all, he has made his way to the woods behind the compound and reclaimed the weapon he's buried. The Colt Python. So there are some more steals. I didn't put them all in here.
So the whole big thing, I didn't read it, but I kind of assume by playing enough survival games like Fallout that there were a bunch of humans that turned out to be cannibals. Was that what happened?
Do you want to know? Because that goes into spoilers.
Don't tell me.
Yeah.
But they are kind of cannibals.
They are cannibals, yes.
I think from one of the trailers I saw that they enlist them to join. Or
You know what? It's
I
probably
mean, it
gonna
sounds.
happen.
I feel like part of me kind of wants to get back into it because it sounds like it's getting actually like genuinely good. But I stopped watching halfway through season 2, which was like watching grass. It was literally watching grass grow for an entire season.
I think what will happen is they'll escape, or some of them will escape. Then they'll take back the base, and then they'll be like, "Hey, we'll make a deal with you. Let's go out and go to the venture out." Because I think one of the trailers showed them like teaming up at one point.
Yeah. Really weird.
Yeah.
Okay. Kind of. I guess this isn't spoilers, so we can talk about it. Full synopsis and spot for Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. We're not going to show the trailer, of course, but we can talk about it a little bit. I watched Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which I think it got really good at the end of last season.
That's
I
kind
know
of what I heard. It was kind
really
of started
slow.
off. A lot of people didn't like
The
it.
fact that they really tied it into the movies at the very end, I think,
Is what saved it.
drummed
Yeah.
up interest. Yeah, it was really good. Especially if you watched Captain America and you wanted to know what happened after Captain America, it was kind of your epilogue to the movie.
Nice.
Yeah. Let's see. Biggest threat from Growing Within was, oh god, these are spoilers. Spoiler alert if you haven't watched last season or Captain America at this point, which, okay. It's been 3 months. As S.H.I.E.L.D's old enemy Hydra was going within, a dangerous extremist group Captain America fought in World War II had secretly infiltrated and infected the organization. Once revealed to the public, S.H.I.E.L.D., including Coulson and his team, were discredited and made to look like the enemy. The world is now views S.H.I.E.L.D. as untrustworthy. It's Coulson's job to change that opinion. So let's skip down a little bit. This won't be an easy job, no kidding. Agent Alinda May, which I think is one of the better characters on the show. She's the hard ass chick, Asian chick.
Right.
She kind of reminds me of Lucy Liu. I feel like if
Yes.
Lucy
It
Liu
wasn't on Elementary?
wasn't yeah. Martial artist. The other main character of the show, who they kind of centered around the whole show around, Chloe or Sky. She's a full-fledged S.H.I.E.L.D. agent now instead of just a hacker, and she still has her unknown origin, which I have opinions on that.
So she's like River Tam.
And her parents were considered monsters, quote unquote. So we have the questions: could Sky have the darkness lying dormant inside of her? So there was a lot of, at the end of the season, we found out a lot of things about like why Coulson came back to life after he was killed. Did you watch it at all, Gio?
No, I watched the first episode and got really.
Did you
turned
read the
off by that.
spoilers on why he's alive again?
Someone
Okay.
briefly mentioned it to me.
He's got alien juice in him.
Yeah.
They infiltrated this facility, and basically before they were about to blow it up, Coulson saw the agent the chemical he saw in his report when they were doing surgery on him used to bring him back to life, and he had to find out what it was. So he pulled open the drawer, and there's this like half of an alien sitting there with tubes being pumped out of him and into this like container to make this agent. So, and then he went batshit crazy because he's like so basically that's why he's alive. They used it on this chick, the Sky chick, to bring her back to life after she got shot point blank. So they both kind of have it in them now, and they're the only two surviving patients to have survived this stuff. So my theory is it's his daughter, but I don't think they're saying that at all. I don't know why. They kind of hinted at it at one point. I think it's Coulson's daughter. I think that's why they have that such weird dynamic between them two. But this doesn't make sense to you if you've never watched the show, so I guess I'll move on. We have our first look at Peter Pan, who our producer thought was a dude, a really girly dude. It's actually a girl, so it's okay. What do you think, Rachel?
I think it looks good.
Yeah?
I mean, I love reading the comments from people that don't know anything about the stage history
What's
of Peter
this show
Pan.
going to be about? Is it
What?
just going to be a happy-go-lucky?
It's like, you know how they did The Sound of Music?
Yeah.
It's like that. They did like the live stage play of The Sound of
Yeah.
Music, NBC. It's gonna be lame.
Okay.
So it's going to be stage played.
It's gonna
because
be
the
stage-
background,
It's a live play.
Yeah, because
is
the
what it is.
background is looking very painted. Yeah,
It is.
It looks very theatrical.
But I love reading the reactions from people that like don't know the history of Peter
can
Pan.
read
And the
some of
Peter
the
Pan
comments.
is
That they don't know
historically,
it was a girl, played by
it's
a girl.
always played by a
Yeah.
woman, and they are staying faithful to that. But I'm not gonna watch this. I don't care.
I'm not either. I just threw it in there for the...
Christopher Walken's playing Captain Hook.
Wow. Christopher Walken's playing Captain Hook?
That's going to be interesting. Maybe I'll
Has
watch
he ever
the first
been a
episode.
stage actor? I guess it doesn't matter. It's on TV, right?
Yeah. Let's move on.
I mean, he's gonna sing.
Okay, maybe
Yeah,
I'll
just-
watch it now.
Just like in
Maybe I'll watch it now.
It was who was that music video that he was in?
are you going,
Yeah.
Peter? I could
funny.
just see that voice coming through and just ruining the experience. I don't know. I'm
All
gonna
right,
watch
let's
it now.
move on.
Okay. Whenever there's a question mark at the end of a title, I don't usually like putting it in, but because it's Supergirl, I just thought I would.
lost it.
Supergirl TV series being pitched by DC Entertainment.
Yeah.
The headline. It's according to Bleeding Cool. I mean, they've had some good scoops in the past, so maybe.
Let's just move on.
Supergirl might get her own TV series. The TV producer from DC Entertainment leaked it, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, whatever.
Anybody excited about Supergirl?
No.
No.
Nope.
Okay. How about Steven Spielberg's Minority Report TV series?
It seems like everything
Anybody
we
get
talked
your
about
interest
this.
peaked for that? Huh?
We talked about this last week, and that all these shows are just all the movies are just getting turned into TV shows.
Okay, well, the new
Yeah.
details, according to the THR, series takes place 10 years after the end of, well, pretty much the movie.
Yeah.
Pre-crime in D.C., when one of the three precogs struggles to lead a normal human life but remains haunted by visions of the future. He meets a detective haunted by her past, who just may help him find a purpose to his gift.
I mean, it sounds cool. I just hope it doesn't, like we talked about Almost Human and how it had a really cool concept, but ended up just being a cop
TV.
procedural.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A futuristic cop procedural. Yeah. And Rachel, I put this one in here for you. Teaser for Veronica Mars spin-off series. Play it again, Dick.
I haven't seen the trailer yet,
Oh,
but
you didn't watch it?
no, I haven't watched the trailer yet. But
Okay.
I'm really excited because Dick Casablancas is one of the best characters. He's one of the side characters, and
Right.
he is like he's a really good comic relief character. And I don't know. It seems like it's on the CW Seed, so I assume
Yeah.
that's their online streaming.
Yes, that's their online format show.
So I mean, it'll be cool. Mostly it'll just be cool to see cameos from other characters.
So you're going to capitalize off the heat from the Veronica Mars movie. Actor Ryan Hansen sends out to write, direct, produce, and star in.
Wow.
It's always scary when that happens.
Yeah.
A spin-off for his beloved character, Dick Casablancas.
So it's okay.
Now all he has to do is convince Kristen
So
Bell,
it's-
Jason Doring, Ken Marino, and the rest of the cast
So
to
it's
come
a
along for the
series.
ride.
It's about
Him.
Ryan Hansen trying to make a Dick Casablancas spin-off. It's not a Dick Casablancas spin-off. That's what
Is that what we're seeing?
That's
here?
what I'm seeing. It's about Ryan Hansen trying to make a Veronica Mars spin-off about his character.
It's a meta approach. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
It's also going to be produced by Rob Thomas, who did Veronica Mars and iZombie.
And Party Down.
And Party Down.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass on that.
Okay. Let's move on to video game news, because I think there's some good stuff in there this week.
Destiny came out yesterday.
Well, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about how amazing that was and I kind of have bags in my eyes right now. All right, so some of the news. For your video game news, newcomer sets out to set a high score in Donkey Kong. This is kind of just meta. Donkey Kong, obviously, it was a world record set by some, I don't know, surgeon, I want to say, a long, long time ago that stood like over years and years and years. And some kid just came in, decided to break it one night. So it's really cool.
That's cool. Maybe they'll make a documentary.
Like they did with
King of Kong?
They did with
King of Kong with
King of Kong.
Weeby or Weeby. I don't remember.
Somebody.
Yeah.
All right, so this is kind of in the tech world / whatever. I kind of read this earlier in the week and thought I'd throw this in there. Samsung at their Galaxy Note 4 event. Are they on the 4 now? Galaxy Note 4? Galaxy Note 3? One of the two. After they introduced that, they also introduced the Samsung Gear VR, a virtual reality headset that uses your Samsung Galaxy Note. And it was developed by Oculus.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Did you guys check it out at all?
I saw the
Did
picture.
you see the pictures?
Yeah.
I haven't gotten to try out the Oculus Rift yet. I know
None
they
of us
had it.
have.
They had a demo for it at Anime Expo.
Did
but
they really?
I passed because I did not want to play the demo because it was a sort of online demo
Oh, God.
where all you did was watch a girl sleep.
Whoa. It's a little creepy.
So I saw it and I was like, oh, cool, Oculus Rift. And then I got closer and I saw what they were playing. And I was like, all right, I'm going to go not
it's the
do
Galaxy Note
this.
4, sorry. So yeah, I kind of saw a demo of this on the, I think it was The Verge that did it. And it looks cool, but it looks incredibly still like super nerdy and geeky when you're using it.
Yeah.
Like the guy had it on and he was just basically, like, it looks like he was like having seizures. Like it's like, okay, I guess it would be something you would use in your house. I don't know.
Without anyone else.
Without
Yeah,
anyone
anyone
else.
else.
Or everyone in the room is also wearing one, so you
Just
can't see how.
knocking into each other. I don't know. I've read a lot of mixed responses about the Oculus Rift. As great as it is, there's some people that just can't do it, and they get motion sickness. Yeah. So I don't know. There's gonna have to be some fine tuning, but rumor is it's only gonna be $200 when it comes out.
That's cool.
You still need the Galaxy Note for it. Let's not forget that. You still need this monster $300 phone to use with this thing. Otherwise, it's just a piece of plastic on your head. So, all right. Sega in the news. Sega blames Gearbox for mismanaging Aliens Colonial Marines, which I think is probably one of the coolest looking games I saw this year at E3 that came out.
Wasn't it?
Wait, no, Colonial Marines was
Wasn't it
not
terrible?
Colonial
is
Marines
this
was
not
the
the new
co-op.
one I'm
No,
thinking
you're
about?
thinking Isolation.
Oh, okay. Isolation.
Yeah,
Colonial Marines was like panned.
Well, there was
universally.
Yeah.
something to do. Well, I don't know if it was this one or not. Let me see.
Colonial Marines was supposed to be like the Borderlands of space, and it was not.
Oh, it was E3 2011.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, that was pretty bad. Well, I'm excited about the new one.
Yeah, Isolation.
Not sure why that was in the news this week. Never mind. We'll
Yeah.
skip that. Okay, how about something we're doing this out of school. Unreal Engine 4 is being offered for free for schools.
Certain
get it.
schools.
Yeah.
Is this?
Hey,
isn't
can
it
we
cer-
get that?
Yeah. Isn't it? Isn't it certain schools?
We want Unreal Engine 4 in the newsroom so we can play around with it, and Ceci can make her cool characters into like Unreal Engine characters.
And we can.
Yeah, we're not. No one's gonna know how to use that.
They said yes. Anybody ever been to BlizzCon?
No.
No
Yeah.
BlizzCon guys here?
No.
All right, we'll skip
Nah.
it. Well, it's open now if you want to buy a ticket.
This
Good luck.
next part was school.
Good luck. Destiny came out yesterday.
I need to get it. It looks so cool. I haven't bought a
spent,
game
like
in
all
forever.
night playing it.
I was at the midnight launch last night.
You went? Oh, I
Yeah.
just downloaded it on my PS4 and it was ready to go.
Yeah. But you couldn't play it till midnight.
Right, but
You're
right
right.
at midnight it said play, and I was
Yeah.
like, yay! It preloaded because I preloaded it the day
Yeah.
before. Anyway, so if you're one of those people that Rachel that still has a PS3 or an Xbox 360, if you buy the game digitally now, if you get the next gen console, you can get the next gen version for free.
Maybe I'll pick it up this week after I get
Yeah.
paid.
So there's no buyer's remorse in buying it and being like, wow, but it's not my
Yeah.
something new.
I'm pretty sure you have to get it by a certain date, right?
I mean, if I buy it this week, I'm sure I can.
No, but you're not gonna buy a PS4 within the next.
No.
I'm saying.
I'm pretty sure. I don't. They didn't do that with. They did. Let me see. Because when they did the launch for this stuff, they were doing the same thing.
no later than January 15th of 2015.
Okay.
Okay.
You have
Well,
4 months.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
Okay.
I might just get it
Do
from my
you guys
PS.
remember when esports were declared a sport?
Were they?
Yes, they were declared a sport by the U.S. Customs so that athletes could get visas, work visas, to come into the U.S.
Okay.
Because otherwise it wasn't considered. They couldn't come over here.
Cool.
So anyway, ESPN boss says esports are not a sport.
Thank you, dude.
Reaction?
Yeah.
Everybody happy about that?
It's
Kind
I
of?
don't care.
Yeah.
I
Not
know. I
good
have a
either way.
bunch of friends that have recently gotten into it, and
I mean,
just-
it is mentally draining. Let's not put.
Oh,
that-
Yeah,
I have no
of
doubt that
course.
it takes an incredible amount of skill, but being
It's
good
like-
at a video
it's-
game is not a sport.
It's like those people that say race car drivers aren't athletes because they're just sitting in a car. Yeah, but you go sit in a car for 3 hours and
Driving at 200
sweat
miles
your
an- yeah.
entire bodily fluids out of your
Right.
body and try to hold on to a steering wheel traveling 280 miles an hour down a track.
right.
It takes some
No, I have
physical
no
toll.
doubt that it's a talent.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's a sport.
Yeah. All right. Resident Evil, which, by the way, just going back real quick, it's kind of weird because ESPN is now streaming esports.
Yeah, they stream it on like yeah.
So-
ESPN Ocho.
Okay. ESPN Ocho, right next to dodgeball.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come up.
It's like dodgeball and
Yeah,
midget
next to
toss.
the squirrel skiing, water
Ooh,
skiing.
I'd
Yeah.
watch that. Like from Anchorman.
Yeah.
Squirrel.
Yeah.
All right. Resident Evil Revelations 2. Did you guys play Resident Evil Revelations, first one?
Nope.
No.
Okay. Well, it's going to star Claire Redfield, one of the original
Classic, yeah.
characters. Yeah. So that's cool, going back to the roots. And Electronic Arts, there's... I threw this one at the end because I thought it was an interesting story.
What does this even mean?
Did you read it at
I'm
all?
opening it up right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Electronic Arts says it's fixing a system in The Sims 4 that forbids characters with gay names or descriptions being uploaded to a public gallery.
Of all the things that are wrong with this game,
They're being the Sims are being homophobes. They're
Yeah.
not letting you share your gay characters.
It's interesting.
I
don't
mean,
know.
I just thought I threw it in there. It's one of those headline grabbers.
Yeah.
I,
Definitely.
this whole game is just a
The
mess.
whole game is a
It's like
mess.
all of the things
whole
that
game is a
aren't in
mess.
it. It's basically The Sims 1 on a better engine.
I
Right.
used to love playing The Sims.
The Sims 2
Mhm.
will never top The Sims 2. That is the quintessential Sims game. I used to probably spend hundreds of hours on.
All right.
All right, so we got some releases and updates for you. Minecraft is coming to the Xbox One. Well, this already happened. It came to the Xbox One September 5th and the PlayStation 4 on September 4th. That happened while we were on our break this week.
And actually, you can check out one of our new recent, more Cycron posts. It talks about a little bit about the update that's coming out.
Yes, is that the YouTube video?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll talk about. I was gonna mention that at the end.
Yeah.
Watch Dogs has a Bad Blood DLC. Lets you hack as T-Bone, so you get to
Are
play as a new
people still
character.
playing that?
Did everyone not take it back?
I saw it. I saw it for $15 at a Goodwill. So.
Did you really?
Yeah. I'm
Wow.
probably sure it's probably still there.
I mean, I enjoyed playing it, but I mean, it's not one of those games. After I beat it, it's not one of those games that I feel like I need to be compelled to go back and play. Unfortunately.
I'm gonna mention this. I'm gonna remind me about Destiny. I have something to say about that a little
Okay.
bit later.
I'll remind you. Okay. So if you still have, Watch Dogs, I guess there's some DLC coming. PS4 Remote Play is coming to a Sony Xperia Z phone and tablet. So
Yeah.
if you have an iPad, like 80% of the tablet market, or any other tablet besides an Sony Xperia Z3, you're out of luck. So I hate when companies do this. They're like, hey, we have this really cool technology. You can play your PS4 on your tablet. Oh, but only if you have our tablet.
This tablet that no one owns.
That that you're not going to go buy. Thank you, Sony. Mortal Kombat X hits April 2015 with Goro as a pre-order exclusive. So if you saw Mortal Kombat X at E3, it looked kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's coming out next year. And you get Goro if you pre-order now. Don't pre-order. Nobody pre-orders. NBA Live. Any of you guys play NBA Live? None of us do, but I know a lot of my friends do. And I'm pretty sure Frankie and Jamal do.
All the sports
Yeah.
dudes.
Yeah. It's been delayed 3 weeks to October 28th. I really don't care, but I just thought I'd throw it out for you guys.
Well, I heard Madden 15 was just garbage. So.
No, actually, I heard Man 15 was good.
I was just
It's It's actually got a 9 rating on most of the
Really?
websites. Yeah.
Oh wow, interesting.
Yeah.
But they are
What
pulling.
do people? What do real?
Oh,
real
you know,
people-
might have been the PS3 and the 360 versions of it.
Oh yeah.
not
They
the
didn't.
PS4.
They didn't downscale them. They
Yeah.
made it just for the new gen
Yeah.
systems. Yeah. Okay, and finally, Batman: Arkham Knight. We have a release date, June 2nd, 2015. Right.
That's a long way.
That's
a long
like
ways,
almost a
considering
year.
they told us it was going to be October of this
Yeah.
year. Oh well. I guess all we can do is just sit here about it.
Yeah.
There's 2 special editions.
The Batman statue looks awesome.
Batman statue. I might have to buy it.
Yeah, so does the Tumblr thing.
I
or
might
whatever
have
that
to
thing.
buy it. It's not the. They're not calling it the Tumblr.
No, that
It's- yeah.
Tumblr-looking thing, the Batmobile.
Okay. Yeah, the Batman statue looks sick. I don't know, I might have to get it.
It's just Godzilla.
How dare you, though? June 2nd.
Yeah, just Godzilla and over the whole Gotham. Just the size of the statue.
Yeah,
the
yeah, right.
proportion. Yeah, he just looks like a giant
He fits the
man-sized. Yeah.
All right, so that's our gaming news for the week. And programming note, if you want to hear more about gaming news, we just kind of casually glanced through it. If you want to hear more in depth things about it, or kind of a different opinion, our new guy
John Flynn.
John Flynn.
Yeah.
He took over the Warp Zone just this week. It's up on Cycron.com right now. You can go watch it and see what he has to think about all the new gaming news. All right, on to anime, and then we'll wrap this up. Rachel?
All right, so first up on the anime docket is the crowdfunded anime project Under the Dog reached its goal of, it had a Kickstarter goal of $600,000.
Oh, so it's a Kickstarter project.
Yeah, it managed to pull in $878,000, and
Nice.
it's going to be, I think at this point, it's going to be a 2-episode project now because they reached one of their push goals. And the description is that the project aims to carry the tradition of older sci-fi anime titles such as Akira and Ghost in the Shell. And the material was
Yes.
written in between 1994 and 1995. They used Kickstarter in order to avoid the process of funding from production committees, and so they can retain creative control.
Awesome.
Nice.
And the concept is that Under the Dog takes place in 2025 in Neo Tokyo, 5 years after a devastating terrorist attack at the Tokyo Olympics. In the wake of the tragedy, the UN formed a covert ops unit dedicated to seeking out and then eliminating those responsible for the attack. Athena Kallenberg, a girl of Swedish descent, is a member of this elite group who has honed her combat abilities and become a deadly assassin, but must come to terms with who she really is.
Cool.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really glad.
Everything you just said.
I'm really
excited.
glad this reached its goal. I was rooting for it.
Did
and
you
it took,
kickstart? Did you
I
help?
did not, just because I've been
Oof, oof.
hurting.
Do you
I've been
have that
hurting.
name?
Nah.
Judging.
Nah, it's cool.
I've been hurting. I had to pay off a
Nah,
speeding
yeah.
ticket. But I'm really glad that this got pulled, and the creators are apparently in talks with Netflix and Crunchyroll to distribute it.
Nice.
Mm.
I mean, give it a year and a half
Yeah.
to actually come
Usually
out,
Kickstarters take a while. Yeah.
but I'm glad that this ended up getting pulled.
Cool.
And
That
then
looks exciting.
we have Gerard Way writing his
I saw this.
Spider-Man mecha alternate universe with
Wow. What the hell is this about? Spider-Man
So-
as a teenage girl.
Spider-Man as
In
a
a
teen
robot
girl
suit.
mecha pilot.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, Gerard Way, he's
I mean,
written.
I like Mecha.
Yeah,
That
and
sounds cool.
he's written.
Yeah.
He writ Umbrella Academy is a pretty successful series that he's
Oh,
written. He's
okay.
I mean he's a good author, and he's
How they're gonna use Spider-Man? He got the rights. Is that
well,
what
I
it
have
is?
Marvel. He's working with Marvel.
Oh, he's working with Marvel. This
That's
is a
cool.
Marvel property.
Yeah, this is a Marvel property.
Oh wow.
That's really cool.
I guess Marvel is currently publishing a limited comic series exploring alternate versions of characters, and
cool.
this is called Edge of Spider-Verse, and it's
Oh.
a futurist city fairly
that.
different from New York. Our version of Spider-Man takes the shape of a government project, SPDR, comprised of 3 vital components: a pilot, a machine, and a radioactive sentient spider acting as one half of the brain that makes it all work. Penny Parker is a young girl left parentless, adopted by her Aunt May and Uncle Ben, the 2 heads of the SPDR project. When they realize that Penny is the only one who can successfully pair, they make the unorthodox decision to train her as the pilot.
Cool. Well, that sounds cool. I had no idea this was happening. This is really cool.
That's awesome.
All right, you got some Evangelion news?
And this was kind of a small announcement. I mean, Evangelion is obviously a huge property, but there was a broadcast of the most recent movie, Evangelion 3.0, and at the end, there was rumored that there was going to be a look at the next movie, the final movie in the reboot series. What we got instead
You got a
was
logo.
a single title card. The Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0, and now everyone's speculating on whether that means it's going to be a recap, if it's going to be if it just
Right.
means it's going to be 4.0 or what. But it's
Interesting.
rumored that next year, 2015, fall of 2015, will be both the 20-year anniversary and also when the series takes place. And so it would make sense that the final movie would come out around then, but up until it was actually supposed to come out a year and a half ago along with
Right.
the third movie.
Right.
It got delayed, but now everyone's just waiting to find out anything about what it's going to be about and a release date. But my guess is it's going to come out fall 2015 to coincide with the anniversary.
This is still one I haven't watched it. I'm gonna have to watch it.
It's probably inspired half of the things that you love.
Yeah.
Where can I watch it? Because
It's not available on any legal streaming
even
sites.
Hulu?
Not even Hulu, no, because
Wow.
it's an old show. So you got to go use
Wow.
more nefarious methods to watch it. It's worth it though. It's such an iconic,
should I
influential
use
series.
something that rhymes with Borant?
Yes, you should.
Boring.
Tib Borant. Should I use Tib Borant?
You should use whatever you can
Cool.
and watch it in Japanese.
All right, let's wrap this up, guys. Let's at the end of every show, we do a little thing where we pick our favorite movies, video games, something we're watching or doing, and we suggest it to you, the viewer, to go and to watch and see and do. Something that maybe we wouldn't, normally talk about on the show, or something we might have missed, or you might have missed. So, let's start with Gio. What do you got for us this week?
I'm gonna go the obvious route and say Destiny.
Okay.
Go play
Me
Destiny.
and you both, so-
Yeah, seriously, Destiny, Destiny. And back in the day, I really hope it lasts.
2012 is when they announced this, and they have a really good hype engine for these.
Yeah, I
things.
hope so because I mean I read that
Have
the
you
level
played it yet?
cap's 20, and
It's
yeah,
gonna be an expansive universe.
Yeah, I
like,
just
I pretty
hope
much
so.
bought this game with the intention of not playing any other game until the end of the
I
year.
really hope so.
Is it follow a story or is it kind of you
No, it's
kind
got a
of
story.
go?
It's got a story, but there's so many
Yeah.
routes you could take, and there's no like linear path.
Yeah, it's pretty
You
amazing.
start out basically on Earth, and then from there you can pretty much go anywhere.
All right, I'm gonna
Mars,
check it
the
out.
moon.
I'm gonna get it this week.
And your
Yeah.
character, it's like Mass Effect mixed with Halo.
Okay, yep,
Yeah.
I'm sold. I kind of figured that's what it was, but
Yeah.
with like there's a more in-depth customization to your
Yes.
character and
Tons
stuff
of
like that.
in-depth
Yeah,
customization.
it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And then TV show I've been started
Oh wait,
watching.
did we mention the voice of your little
Oh
AI?
yeah, Peter Dinklage. Yeah, is the
Peter
voice.
Dinklage is in your ear
Yeah.
the whole time, and if that doesn't
Yeah.
sell you, the fact go watch some of the gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
When he says that wizard's from the moon, I just threw up my hands and go, I give up. There's nothing better in this world than what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
That wizard is from the moon being
How
set by
li-
Peter Dinklage.
out of curiosity, how late were you playing?
Like 3 a.m.
Created the
Then I
character and
got up and
everything.
I got up and did Apple coverage this morning. So no,
That's
I'm not
funny.
tired. I got
Yeah.
coffee. I'm good.
Right. Yeah, and then TV show I've been started watching Doctor Who season 8, the new season of Doctor Who. Which
Oh yeah, the last one was about Robin Hood and the robots. right?
Yeah, which was crap.
I don't watch
it was,
it.
It
I
was
just read
terrible.
headlines. Okay.
It was bad. It's so far it's
It
been
says
kind of
companion a guy this time, right?
No,
no,
it's
no,
new Doctor.
Just the new Doctor. It's Peter Capaldi. He's playing the Doctor now. It's much older.
Does he have a new companion?
No,
It's the same
it's-
companion as the
yeah.
one from last season,
Yeah.
Clara.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So yeah, and then from a movie, I didn't have a movie, so I kind of threw something that I watched recently, and it's called House 4: Home Deadly Home. And it's really old
Doge
school
such Doge-
80s.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
Is that
really
this Doge's house?
yeah, this is in the 70s, I think. It was 79. And yeah, there's one point in the scene where there's a pizza. Someone delivers a pizza, and the pizza comes to life. It's
It
fantastic.
sounds like a 70s
Yeah,
show.
it's super good.
Jesus.
Yeah.
All right, Rachel.
All right, so my anime pick for this week is a currently airing series called Monthly Girls Nozaki-kun, and it's a school comedy. It's got an ensemble cast. It's kind of relies on romance tropes without being a romance show, and it is hilarious. There's 2 weeks left in it before it ends, and if you want to see something that is it's like something that I'll sit in my room and not chuckle, but I'll
Right.
laugh
to yourself.
out loud. And it's on Crunchyroll, and I think it might be on Hulu, but if you're looking for a short series,
Is this like Yamada's first time?
it is not like Yamada's first time.
Can I just give you some background? Me and Gerard and Ceci went to Anime California. We were tired, and we were just like laying down reading the program. We have it in there, the programming guide. And it like has this 18 and over section. And it was like at midnight and all these things that you had to go to. And I'm like, let's look at this. There was one, Yamada's first time. I'm like, what is this?
No, so the concept follows this girl who's about to confess to the boy that she has a crush on, but he, being completely oblivious, thinks that she's a fan of the shoujo manga that he writes under a pen name.
Oh.
And so instead of realizing that this girl is confessing to him, he assumes that she's a fan and then makes her come work for him. Like betaing his manga.
Nice.
And it's kind of set up like in a 4-comma, which is kind of like, it's not a full manga where it's basically, it relies on a series of jokes that are told in 4 panels, but kind of extended out over half of an episode.
Okay.
But it is
Sounds cool.
It is my favorite show of the series of the season right now, and I absolutely highly recommend it.
Nice. And you have sitting next to you something?
And I have my reading.
Ooh.
I've been reading Kentaro Miura's Berserk, which
Berserk.
it's a medieval fantasy horror manga that has been being published since 1989, and it just recently came off hiatus.
Cool.
So I'm about
Looks
halfway
cool.
through the series. It's really cool if you like The Evil Dead, if you like...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the character,
yeah.
the manga and the character specifically were heavily inspired by The Evil Dead.
Really?
If you really, really beautiful, detailed art, but some really fucked up stuff that happens.
Beautiful.
But drawn really, really beautifully.
Nice. Cool. And that's available pretty much. You can go to any...
It's a Dark Horse. It's Dark
Oh,
Horse.
Dark Horse.
Yeah, Dark
oh,
Horse.
Dark Horse put it out?
Yeah, it's
Cool.
a Dark Horse manga,
Dark
so
Horse.
it's...
Yeah. Dark Horse
cool.
picks up a lot of independent.
Do they?
Yeah.
Nice.
Really fantastic.
All right, so my picks, of course, I got Destiny. We just talked about
Yeah.
it. Amazing. No, I don't need to say much more. Go pick it up. It's great. The Kill la Kill OVA came out. We all watched it.
We talked about this.
We talked about it a little bit.
Underwhelmed. I was glad to see
I
it.
kind of went like this. I got home from work and I didn't get to go to Rachel's viewing party, and I was like, I turned it on and I was like, I was up here and I'm like, and then it kind of did one of these.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun to see the characters again.
It ended
the
great.
school turned into a robot like I said it
the
would.
school turned into the robot, and it pulled out the sword that was the boat.
I'm being spoiled right now. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh.
And I got spoiled through Snapchat. Like they were Snapchatting me, and I'm like, no.
Keep clicking. This is my point. He saw the first one I did, and I look at all my videos, and it still says he watched them all.
So I
I'm
mean,
like, what are you doing, Gio?
I mean-
you know I'm watching the episode.
I mean,
I can't help it.
No, because you click it and it shows up and you let it
just
go.
let go.
Yeah,
Just
you
let go and let it disappear.
Let it disappear.
But you have the text.
what
You
are
have
you
the
doing?
text. You have text on there, and it says, I'm like, oh god.
I mean, the OVA itself, it was okay. I kind of found it underwhelming. Maybe it was because the hype of seeing Kill la Kill again after how many months.
I did get a little excited. Yeah.
And so, I mean, I threw a party and projected it in my
you did
backyard.
for one episode. Yeah, it was great.
So, but I mean, it was nice to see the characters again, more
Yeah.
so than the plot of the episode itself.
Yeah.
But it didn't completely close out an opportunity.
No,
for
it still
season
didn't. It
2.
still leaves it open. But do you think it's gonna happen?
It'll be a few years. Like I've said,
Yeah.
Trigger. This was their first.
Poor
their first.
Trigger.
They're a very small
Money.
studio. They have only a few. They only have a few
I
employees.
just love how they played into that, like at the very. I think it was like the last episode or before the last episode of Kill la Kill, where they're like, and they said something to the effect of like, this is it for Trigger 2. Can we make it on?
Yeah,
time? Can we
they're
get
like,
this
go
episode?" And I'm
Trigger.
like, what?
Yeah,
What are
so
you
it's
guys
like Trigger-
producing this as you.
The last episode was finished 14 hours before it
Holy
aired.
crap! That's amazing.
So yeah, Trigger is basically bankrupt now. So they're going to
Aw.
be doing some. They're going to be doing a light novel, school
I feel
comedy
like a leech
adaptation.
that just sucked the life
But
out of them.
Then they have Ninja Slayer coming out
Oh, okay.
afterwards, which sounds awesome. So I mean, give it a few years, and
Yeah.
they may announce one.
All right, and finally, my movie. I went and saw Ghostbusters 30th anniversary. Actually, I think I saw it before last week. I just forgot to mention it, but yeah, it was a while ago, right? But it's back in theaters for a limited time only. So if you've never seen it, or you're just one of those people that wants to go see a really, really well-made movie on the big screen again, you need to go see Ghostbusters because it's really good. Harold Ramis.
Awesome.
What's his name?
Bill
Murray. And Rick Moranis.
And
is in
Dan
it.
Aykroyd,
Dan
Dan
Aykroyd.
Sigourney Weaver,
Sigourney Weaver, like it's just great. It's
Yeah.
just great. And seeing it on the big screen again
with an audience.
with an audience. Yeah, I went on the opening night with an audience and with they actually, since they shot on film, so it's actually they upscale it to 1080p and it looks gorgeous.
Cool.
It looks like it should look on the big screen. So great. Go see it before it's out. I think this is might be the last week for it.
I think it ends Thursday.
Thursday. So go.
Nice.
So that's it for us. Anything else, guys, before we end this out?
No,
Nope.
that's it.
Cool. Like I said, again, you can go and watch. We have a new show. We had not a new show. We have new hosts come back and did one of our old properties, which was the Warp Zone.
The Warp Zone.
And he's a great guy, John Flynn.
Flynn,
He did a
yeah.
really good job. So go check that out. That's up right now. We got last week's episode of this. If you want to watch it, we kind of fumbled around with it because we were still in our summer lull, I think. So,
Yeah.
It was a lot more tighter. Good job, guys. And there's also some other. Is there anything else up, Gio? Gio's a broadcast manager. So
Yeah. No, there's nothing up as of right now. Hopefully next week we're starting to get.
Yeah, we
a
got
lot
new
more
shows coming out for you guys this week.
Yeah, new shows.
We got a new show. We got a really cool looking new show that actually Gerard, who's in our audience right now, is doing with Victoria, our editor in chief. Looks really cool.
Yep.
We got an all women show that they're going to talk about women's feminist things and tropes on women.
We have
like
Pipelines coming back.
Pipelines. Maybe.
What? Maybe they're supposed to be filming tomorrow. No, maybe.
Is it? But who's doing it?
But it's Carlos and John.
Okay,
which is
might just be John. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Okay, Pipeline's coming back,
Yeah.
and then Jamal's show, his sports show's up, right?
Yeah,
Is that not up
entertainment.
yet?
No, it's not up yet. No.
Okay, so that one's coming back too. So we got a lot of stuff going. A lot of cool stuff. You guys.
Yep.
Oh, and we're gonna be going to WonderCon. That's not WonderCon. Kamikaze.
Kamikaze.
That's in another month and a half. But programming, that'll be happening.
Do you have a question?
Oh. All right.
And
That's it.
That's it. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. Hit us up, Cycron.com, YouTube/Cycron Media Network, or if you want to just talk to me at Eric D. Lucas on Twitter. These guys, email them their names at Cycron.com, Rachel and Gio. Thanks again, guys, for joining me like always.
Yeah.
And we'll see you guys next week. Stay geeky. Bye.
For real, watch this
And
anime. It's
we're out.
fucking